Hello there everyone. This morning we're going to be repotting this gardenia, Dwarf Variegated Gardenia. As you can see, she's kind of got a windswept thing going on. This was the front originally. We're going to change it all about when we do the repotting. This is going to actually be the front after the repotting. Since she had some damage and had some death going on this side over here, I kind of have a windswept going on without even meaning to. So I think I'm going to kind of try to enhance that. And so we're going to put her in a different pot because she's, you know, she's not in the right spot in this pot. Definitely not. So let's look at the new pot. This is our beautiful little brown pot that we're going to use. It's got a little indentation through here, which is lovely. Nice little feet. And the indentation is on every side. So we will pick the front of our pot, and then we're going to get into trimming and working on that gardenia. I'm going to do my combination of brushing and trimming at the same time. Spin, brush, trim, spin, brush, trim. Yeah. Gentle brushing. We're going to go ahead and pluck this out of there. We might reuse it. So I have two right here, and I was just going to leave this one, but really the girth on it is, the taper on it is not quite as good as this one. And so I think I'm going to end up having to do some wiring. So I'm going to do a trim, take this one out, bring this one forward a little bit to continue our windswept theme. Yeah. I think I can get away with only one more little bit of wiring. This little girl right here, hopefully. We can fine tune that, but I'm going to go ahead and get the pot ready and then get her ready to come out of her pot into her new one. Okay. Now I've got my little screens sitting down here, ready for my little holes, cover up my holes there. Voila. You can wire those down if you want to. I tend to press my rock down and it tends to stay just fine. I try not to put my bonsai upside down. That does help. I'm going to do a 1/4 inch-ish rock here on the bottom because this is a kind of shallow pot, so I'm not going to do my bigger rock down there. So let's put that in. Okay, so I'm showing you this is the front of my pot here that I've chosen. Put that rock in there. Now I'm going to put a little bit of the cinder and potting soil mixture in. I had said upon beginning that we were going to make the back the front and the front the back, and now after cutting and trimming and doing a touch of wiring, I've decided I'm going to keep the front and the back the back. So this is going to be the back and this the front. We're going to take and save our little lichen here because we must. And then I might use the same rock, I'm not sure, but we're going to go ahead and unplant her now that we've got the pot prepped and put her in her new home. Okay, my total apologies. I thought I was taping, and I was not taping that whole time. So this is what I've trimmed off, though. You saw I lifted it up, and then anyway. So have a little indentation going on right there, and so she's all trimmed up and ready to go into her good pot. Here she is, ready to go. Got my soil mixture. That would be 3 parts cinder, that 1/4 inch that I showed you earlier that I put in the bottom, and then a regular potting soil Miracle Grow moisture control for where I live. Yeah, moisture, lots of moisture. So we're just going to add our top rock on. So I've kind of made it where, just real quick, location, why it's where it is. I'm going to kind of scoot it this way as I put her in a little more. I just want the tree to flow over top of the plant or pot. So yeah, so you kind of want her back a little bit and then this way a little bit so that she has, you know, a flow going. Flow. Chopstick. Time to add our decoration. This is the front. This right here, here, let's move this out of the way. This one right here was the rock that was in it before, and I just feel like it's too big, and even though this pot is a little bit bigger than the other pot, I just think the way we've positioned the tree, that's just not the right rock for this one anymore. So I found one that is a little lower. It is one of those that I explained before is kind of like a ribbon that the lava makes. So that's what we're looking at now, is this one. And I'm thinking just, you know, a simple right here in the front, just to give it a little something. And then we had like a larger tall moss in there. And then this is a little mixture of, there you go, a short moss and a tall moss together. I'm going to try to pull out most of the tall moss and use this short moss. This tall moss I think is a little bit much for this plant too. And then of course we had our lichen in there, and by golly, we're going to find room to put that. So we're going to put that in the back, I think, right here. Just like so. That was my solar running that was all loud, sorry. No guarantees that that long moss won't come back, because moss is moss and it's almost indestructible. But we're going to try for the short moss in this. Now we're going to add our top rock. Top rock. Voila. Pressing it down, pressing it down, pressing it down. I see one more cut here that I want to make, and then I'm going to oil this pot and make it look all beautiful, and then we'll be done. Let's do this cut. Where was it? Ah, here. Okay. By the way, I am taking, maybe not quite this small, but all of my cuttings that I've taken off of this one, I of course have put in some vermiculite this time to prompt some growth, some roots, some new bonsais. I recommend harvest from your own. Anyway, let's get to polishing up this pot. Here she is, all finished. I think the trim looks good. The windswept we'll keep cultivating and work with, and wiring. Always wiring with windswept. Let's do a spin. The pot looks good, all oiled. I got to harvest from my bonsai today. I got to replant one in her not forever, but you know, her long-term bonsai pot. I don't really like those plastic ones, and that's what it was in before, and that one actually was cracked, so it's gonna go to the garbage. But anyway, I like her new rock placement, her lichen. Get in there. I think that rock does a little bit of something in there, yes. And then these will show up more as it all settles, the little bits of moss that I put in here and here. Of course, the lichen is all bling bling already, showing up over here. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this Dwarf Variegated Gardenia replanting. Maybe give you some ideas of it, you know. Doesn't have to always be the same every time that you do it. Be creative. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for being with me.